What's up, guys? We're here in the Carlisle grounds with Bray Wanderers FC, head of football, Mr. Pat Devlin, football royalty in these parts. Pat, talk to me about the club, and you've been involved in the club. You've seen highs, you've seen lows. Talk to me about the progression of the club.
Well, the club has changed a hell of a lot over the years. I started here in '85, and you walk into this ground in '85, I nearly ran out. There was just a little wall and a meadow, and great credit to everybody that was involved. Um, they got it to where it is now, and you know we're only minding it for the next generation. But one of the great stories was we had no seats on this side where we're doing the interview. And there was a great man called John O'Brien, one of our great old club secretaries. And he said to me, Pat, I won't be around for a week. And I said, John, where are you going? He says, I'm going off to Bolton Wanderers. He says, they're closing down Burnden Park. I said, really? Yeah. I said, what are you going to do over there, John? He said, I'll tell you when I come back. So I met him and he said, what? He went over to Bolton Wanderers, BW, Bray Wanderers, Bolton Wanderers, and he brought back in a horsebacks seats for Bray Wanderers and installed them. They were the first seats we ever had here, and great credit to him. Great club. It's made progress. It's had its tough times and all that. We came back here 3.5 years ago. It was a difficult time. I think people thought we come in with a different agenda. We didn't. We just wanted to improve the club, and I think we've done that, both on the pitch and off the pitch. We've worked very, very hard. We have a great management team. It's changed a lot. We've had good managers in the past, and they decided to leave for whatever reason. We now have a very good management team in place. Off the pitch, we've got Gary Lewins, Tony Richardson, and Valerie Matthews, and they do a great job. The backroom staff are fantastic. Head of the academy is Dave Foley, and they all do Trojan work. You wouldn't believe it. Des Roach, Joe Fitzgerald, they're all here. Joe Walsh, the two Joes, and Josh Dolan. They work hard. Very small group, but we've made unbelievable progress, and we're very happy about it. But on the park, it's taken a couple of years to get it right. We come in first under a little bit of pressure, and we signed players that we weren't 100% sure of, but we had to do it just to get it over the line and get moving. And obviously, from then on, we made a couple of mistakes. Now we're at the stage where what we have on the pitch is really where we always wanted to be. We've got a very, very young team, a very good management team with Paul leading it, and everybody pulls together. We all work together. We all respect one another, and that's on and off the pitch, and it's fantastic. You can see the new pitch. I had my doubts about the new pitch, to be quite honest. Really didn't want to see the other one being changed because, it was one of the best pitches in the country. But the logic behind it was very simple. We saved about 180,000 a year. This pitch is really been excellent for us. We now are developing the club. We have all the academy players here. We all train together. You'll see the first team in, you'll see the 20s in, you'll see the 17s, 15s, and the 14s. And we're developing it all the time. On the pitch, the way we played the other night against Athlone was probably as good as I've seen. Real flair, great passing, great movement, three great goals. We've got young players. Billy O'Neill led the line. Richard Farsaz is away. He was away with the Irish team. So we've some great players. Young Reese Knight, 17 in the middle of the park. Great. But the way we play, the way we get it down and play, it's lovely. It's great to watch. And it's entertaining. And we're getting good crowds. Crowds are up huge. And there's great interest in the place. So overall, we're happy with the development. We've new dugouts here. We didn't forget our friends, all our ex-coaches, players. They're there. Their memories are here, what they achieved in the club. But I think we're going in the right way. I wish I was about 30 years younger to be involved for another 25, 30 years. But unfortunately, Father Time has caught up with me. But I still love it. I love coming down here every day. I like to see standards getting higher and higher and getting set, and that's happening. But the most important place it's happening It's on the pitch. Off the pitch, we will work at that and keep going. Got in new dressing rooms, new dugouts, new bar down there, and everybody's enjoying the place. And it really is starting to, move in the right direction. We're not going to get carried away with it. Would we like to be promoted? Of course we would. That's what it's all about. And if we get the opportunity to be promoted, I think we'll make a good account of ourselves. But we're very young, really young players, and I really admire them for what they've grabbed. They've grabbed the opportunity, and they are developing as a team. And even last week, we had two of our best young players out, and we were able to fill the gaps, and they went on and had a fantastic win against Athlone, who I rate as a good side. We played them earlier in the season. We found it very difficult to beat them 1-0. So overall, delighted with the progress off the pitch and on the pitch. We have a lot more to do.
Yeah, just talk to me about, you spoke there about young players, but what is it about a young player that you see that you would identify as a player that's suitable for Bray?
Well, you don't just look at him for Bray. You'd like to think that we can move him on. So there's so many different aspects. Obviously, he has to have the ability, and then you look at him and you see, does he take on board what he's told to do? Does he understand it? Does he read the game in the proper manner? And does he behave himself? On the pitch, off the pitch, can he hold himself right? Can he go to the next level? And I have to say, we've been very fortunate in the 4 years. We've now got players that are quite capable of making the final jump, as I say. And just, without putting pressure on any of them, the inquiries we've had about some of our players is incredible. But I think the big difference for the young players is they get a chance here. They come in, if they play well, it doesn't matter about age. When we signed Richard and Reese has come up through the ranks, Reese Knight, and he
Jason's brother.
Yeah, and he fully deserves his opportunity. But has he taken it? He's been brilliant, and there's others there. Alan Gazinga was captain of the Irish schools team this year. He hasn't broke through permanently, but he's another one to watch over. Billy O'Neill has been just unbelievable. He's been fantastic for us. And, we signed Keane Doyle from Shelbourne, again, a really top player. And, he's a real chance as well. So there's a lot of good players there. And coming up behind the under-20s, the under-17s, there's still a lot of talent there. And even yesterday, we've seen the 15s playing Rovers. And Rovers have, I think, 11 internationals on that under-15 squad. And we beat them 4-2. Now, I'm not bragging about it, but they had a player sent off. But it was a good performance. And we're not looking at beating Rovers. We want to compete with Rovers, but compete with the level of player that we've got. And that's what we're doing. And it's quite enjoyable. It really is.
Over the next couple of years, what would you like to see from Bray? Like you spoke about promotion, would that be the next best thing?
I don't want to go up and be promoted and think you're promoted. You have to be able to sustain it. You've got to be able to compete. It's not just going up and
kind of like Shelbourne, the way it is.
Yeah, like Shell's played against us in the first division a couple of years ago, and it's great credit to them, not just on the pitch but off the pitch what they've done, and that's the model you'd like to follow. Rovers have done the same. They were in the first division, so you want to go up there and stay there and compete. Obviously, you would need a bigger fan base. You always need a bigger fan base, but you would need bigger investment, bigger sponsorship. So if you can tie that into doing it on the park, you've got a real chance of staying there. And that would be the dream, to stay there. The other is to develop the stadium. I think this stadium has the most unbelievable potential in the country, and it just needs investment. You need to revamp it, put in proper stands, proper dressing rooms, proper area for administration, entertainment and all that. And I think we're right on the dart, right on the bus terminus here. If we can tie all that in together, the club will have a magnificent future. And I think it will. The fans, are totally behind us. They're great, they're noisy. We could do a lot more. And they've come down here and they've shown their appreciation in the way the team is playing, and they're fully supportive to the team. So, by seeing that happening, we say, have you got a chance? And we have. Have we got a chance this year? We won't look that far. But last year we slipped up against Strada. I don't think on the day we gave our best. They were better on us, but we got caught a little bit. And if we get there this year, maybe we can learn from our mistakes. But we need to get up and stay there. It's no use going up and hopping back down within a season and not having a good, go at it. You need to go up and stay there.
I suppose talk to us about Match Hero. We're here today to sponsor Bray Wanderers this year, but you'd know a lot of people within football, and maybe when you get past a certain age, you can't really get involved as much with this app. The fact that matters is you can just join a game randomly. How good is that going to be for people? People of all ages.
Well, to be quite honest, I think it's great. It's a great idea. It's a great incentive for people who just want a game of football. You must download the app. There are partners, and of course, we're going to encourage people to download the app. But it gives them opportunity to play, gets them up off their backsides, and it doesn't matter what age you are. Get with a group of fellas, get together, book a place, play football. Not only just for your physical health, but for your mental health as well. And to be involved, it might lead to something else. We've got a walking football team here now, and they come down, and not only do they play, it's been one of the greatest things that happened there. They come along and help us out on match night. So it will introduce them to other things, other people, and obviously it gets them out of the house. But most important, it's mental health and physical health. It's great for everybody.